Allow me to read you the definition of snow according to the Oxford English Dictionary. Snow, noun. Small, soft, white pieces of frozen water that fall from the sky in cold weather. Makes sense, right? Now, allow me to add to that definition. It appears to be pure, but is not. Oftentimes, we can be captivated by the outward appearance of things, believing too much in what we hear or what we see. If I see it, it must be true. If I say it and mean it, it must be true. But do not be so easily fooled. The truly pure thing must be found elsewhere. Although beautiful and convincing as an illusion, it is not the snow that is truly pure. Rather, the thing that is truly pure is free of all other extremities, and is only itself in both appearance and actuality. The thing that is truly pure is distilled water. The defining trait of distilled water is that you can see through it. Therefore, it is fair to assume that the defining trait of my misspoke. Therefore, I can't read my own handwriting. Therefore, it is fair to assume that the defining trait of any truly pure thing is its transparency. It does not cover itself up in the clothing of another. It does not hide what it is. It is perfectly itself, uncontaminated and free from external forces. In order for one to be truly pure, one must be totally transparent. That was Gandhi that said that. Basically, let me put it this way. I am a fuck up. And for those of you who don't know, a fuck up is someone who squandered the opportunities that life gave them. And I fall into that category. But, and I'm sure some of you out there are like me, you made some bad decisions, probably in your youth. Probably wasn't even totally your fault. You know, when you're a kid, you do stupid things and you fall into dark places. And that sucks. That sucks. I had a rough life. I mean, I wasn't like, wasn't trench warfare or anything, but growing up was tough. Growing up was hard. My childhood was full of a lot of pain and a lot of, things that I think about now, and they make me sad sometimes because I can kind of see the domino effect, the ripple effect that is my childhood into my early teens and so on and so forth up until now. And sometimes I think about it and I think, if only I had known better, if only I had played by the rules, if only I was, so on and so forth. And now I'm thinking that's not how it was meant to be. I don't have any regrets. I have zero regrets. And the reason I have zero regrets is because there's no better mark of purity than the ability to be transparent. And what I mean by that is authenticity. And what I mean by that is being yourself. What the heck? Sorry, my sister just came up out of nowhere. Hopefully she won't bother me. I'll say hi to her in a second. But what I'm saying is, throughout the years up until this very point, at the ripe age of 24, going on 25, I was always myself. I never played the role of anybody else. I never tried to play the role of anybody else. I wasn't capable of doing something like that. Even though, on paper, it probably would have benefited me to play the role of a good student or play the role of, a hero or something like that. But no, I mean, to force yourself to be someone you aren't, that is probably the greatest sin one could commit, because it's a lie. You're living a lie, and it's an extreme lie. It's the mother of all lies to pretend to be somebody that you aren't. And it's also one of those lies that is going to catch up to you very quickly. You can't keep up the act forever. I've seen it. People break under the pressure of pretending to be somebody they aren't. So, it is my belief that transparency, the ability to be honest with yourself and with others, is maybe the best virtue of all. Because it allows you to, that is when true change can be had. And changing who you are is different than pretending to be someone you're not. Because when you change who you are, you're still yourself in your entirety. But when you're pretending to be someone you're not, you're just like a sheep in wolf's clothing. You're scary. I don't trust like that. I always said when I was younger, I prefer the sinful man that is open to me about his sins than the sinful man that isn't open to me about his sins. Or even the open man that is not sinful but isn't open about it. Like he pretends to be worse than he is, which happens. I know that's kind of a weird example, but it's possible. What I'm trying to say here is purity, goodness, it all starts with being yourself. You ever hear Chad say that? Just be yourself. It's actually the truth. And if you don't like who you are, don't pretend to be someone else, and don't force yourself to play a role that you weren't destined for. Instead, it takes time. That's the truth. It takes time. You can't change who you are just by watching a YouTube video or by saying to yourself that you're gonna change. You can't say, "Oh, I'm never gonna do this again. I'm never gonna eat junk food again," and that's not change. Real change takes time, and it's possible, but it takes time and effort. It takes effort, but it's probably good to change. I think it's good to change, but I think while you're changing, be honest with yourself and others. Be authentic. Don't play a role. Don't cover up who you are. Don't hide your truth. That's why I talk about God in these videos. That's why I talk about Jesus Christ in these videos. I know a lot of people on YouTube don't want to hear that stuff. A lot of people in general don't want to hear that stuff. But it's my truth. And if I were to say anything else, that just wouldn't be who I am. And that's how it's always been with all my videos. That's why I make and release the videos, because it helps with transparency. This is who I am. As autistic and as strange as it is, it's who I am. And this is one of those parts of me that I actually kind of like, even if it is a little strange. But I'm a performer. I like to make videos. I like to talk in front of the camera. I like to post shit and then get likes and views. I like the views. I'm a view addict. I like views. And I don't want to do things that conflict with my nature. And, that's basically it. That's basically it. So, don't think that purity, true purity, is virtue in itself. Just like being without flaw and being totally virtuous, that isn't purity. That isn't true purity. True purity is being transparent and being without disguise and being without, yeah, I mean, that's the best way I can put it. Okay, well, I've already released too many of these videos, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but thanks for watching. I'll be around for a long time because this is what I do. This is who I am. So I'll see you.